vertreten und die AfD 13.
Many people in Germany see them as the successors of the Nazi Party. But others see the Alternative for Germany, known as the AfD, as a sign of protest against social and economic challenges in the country. The party was founded in 2013, and today they have voters all across Germany. But what is this party about?
When it started, it was nothing but a protest movement organized by intellectuals from the West, a party that was against giving up the German mark and rescuing Greece. So it was based on a macroeconomic situation. Later, it became a single-issue party that was unhappy with the refugee situation after 2015.
The AfD became the largest opposition party in the 2017 German parliamentary elections with more than 90 seats. And this year, in some federal states, the far-right party doubled or tripled its share of votes. A third of the parliament in Saxony is controlled by the AfD. And in this town of Meissen, as much as 40% of the population supports the party. We traveled to the region to find out why the AfD appeals to so many Germans. The small town is known for porcelain and crystal manufacturing. Many people are dependent on these businesses to survive. In last November, the state-run porcelain factory had to lay off 1/3 of its employees. Economic challenges impact people's voting tendencies here.
First of all, the state has to be there for its people. We have nothing against refugees at all. At the moment, Saxony has been drawn into this neo-Nazi narrative. This is ridiculous. We want only one thing. We do not want to live on this or that state benefits when we retire if we've worked all our life long.
Some citizens are concerned that dissatisfaction with the economy leads to the success of the AfD.
Some people rant, but they don't know what they rant about. All kinds of people live in this country. There may be differences, but voting for the AfD should not be the only way to express dissatisfaction.
The AfD taps into the political identity crisis in Germany. As the popularity of mainstream parties sinks, many have seen the solution in populists.
Many of us are former Christian Democrats. We have former Greens, Social Democrats and Liberals. If these parties had not been so bad, we would not exist today. This is our clear view. We did not emerge out of the blue, but because other parties were so poor. The breakthrough would not have arrived without the refugee crisis in 2015. We all resigned from the Christian Democrats because we could not see conservative values anymore.
Not all AfD voters feel drawn to the party for anti-immigrant and far-right views.
So some of them are anti-democratic, anti-pluralist, anti-certain groups of society, racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, the full spectrum of the terrible appearance of what this country was known for. But you have a vast majority of people who are just concerned or have fears that they could lose their privileges. So it's not just the losers and the angry skinheads that find a home in a party like this, but you also find a lot of middle-class people with a high income, with a good education, who are simply afraid of their privileges.
But AfD politicians do play to anti-immigrant sentiment among their supporters.
You see it in the pictures. They are all young men, all of them, only a few women and children. Perhaps 80% men who are, funnily enough, all persecuted. It is irrational. They leave their women and children behind. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't flee and leave my family behind. That's not possible.
As for the future, the AfD's Spangenberg says their success depends on the failure of other parties.
The party could stall at a certain level if others don't change, but we will probably get stronger in time. If other parties become more conservative like the Christian Democrats, then we may not get stronger. It will not be decisive whether we exist or not, but we follow a rational policy. But I think we will grow stronger.
But heading towards the 2021 general elections, will the AfD continue to be a far-right populist party that cozies up to neo-Nazis, or will it become a viable alternative to the oldest parties of German democracy? Yunus Paksoy, Theatre World, Meissen.